in Ukraine and Europe. And I would like to introduce our team, Ukrainian team, our president Alexander, our vice president Yuri, and coordinator Victor.
Brilliant.
Today we want to provide the first meeting with you, and we prepared a short plan on screen. You can see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. And today, main head frontman will be our president Alexander. Alexander very shortly will say about our organization, about your experience, maybe about our history shortly, and our proposition. Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Maybe now everyone can add to here one, two, few words about yourself. Alexander, please, you about yourself.
Thank you very much for your introduction. I am relatively the president of this association, but I have experienced it in other professional associations such as International Ergonomics Association, Federation of European Association, etc., etc., etc. So it is my pleasure to communicate with you, with your university, because I know your name at least in advance several years ago, because I work in this area. I mean, first of all, career guidance and professional selection for children, and professional selection and professional orientation, as we call this. So it is, once again, it is my pleasure to present our view, our vision, our ideas, and our wish and readiness to collaborate with you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Maybe Yuri.
Maybe I say some words. I'm a mathematician, but work maybe 25 years together with Alexander in Institute of Means of Education. Now its institute is the digitalization of education. And other my step is to make national assessments and in higher education. And maybe 25 years ago, we make assessments for medicine in national for every students. And now I work in the department which make assessments for some specialties which is very must be assessed very good. Something transport, aviation, cybersecurity, and something else. And I am small but very hard people who can make these assessments, ideas of these assessments. And with Victor, we maybe 20 years try to deal in career guidance and try to do something as out of our work. Maybe that's all.
Yeah. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you, Alexander. And about myself, I support our association with simple IT tools. For example, site. Page, very interesting page inside. About different good organization and a good, very interesting conference. For example, this year, and we remember very good moments in our life. Yeah, we can see shots our message in for association for Europe in last week, and other our communication, for example, with Gert. Yeah, for example, with Gert. Yeah, and today we prepared some tools, for example, Google Documents, and we will develop these documents for text, for slides, and support our team. That's all. Jana, please you.
Thank you. And thank you for taking time to meet me. I'm truly glad to meet you and strengthen the cooperation with you and your association. Really a starting point. And I'd like to also invite you to, if you wish, to present your association via IAEVG to the global community. We can write a short news item about you and the work, and also what we decide now, we can organize. I will meet all our member associations as many times as they wish to in future years. So if you wish to establish meetings every 3 or 4 months, I'm happy to do so. So thank you for the time, and really looking forward to how we can support you. Just to let you know that as I've informed Victor, as a president, I have made a decision that your association don't have to pay the fee. So it's IAEVG invites you as a member for the future years as well. So we hope that we can support you on any of your things that you have further. And of course, thank you for your kind words and regarding my own work as a researcher on this field. Really also looking forward how my own institution, the Finnish Institute for Education and Research, how can we strengthen our cooperation? So I think this is certainly what I have to say. The videos from the conference will be available on next year. So this is also, if you want to, or if you have opportunity to share them for your members, they will be available on January. So Petra Morena's lecture, Spencer Niles' lecture, so they will become available and can be then used in your country as well.
Thank you very much. It's very good. It's kind of you to share your knowledge of you.
Yes, thank you. And now for your beautiful slides that you have prepared. Happy to hear your thoughts.
Victor, What? This first slide. This is, so should I continue, Victor? Maybe, okay. This is a short introduction about our association. We exist not the first year, but it was a difficult time in our country, you know.
Yes.
And you understand the situation. First of all, as you see as the slide, we will celebrate even 15 years next year. So we have a little bit long, short or long time of history. And you can see our main ideas, main features, main focus of our activity. And what is important for us, that we started 4 years ago. We have started collaboration with ETF, namely with authority organs, chiefs of the organization. We participated 2 years ago, 3 years ago in Career Guidance Month, etc., and even more 2 years ago in The Hague. We participate, our representative participated in the conference. So they were short steps, step by step. We went to more close to your association, IAEVG. And of course, it was very interesting to participate in your conference in UACGEA this year. Next slide, please. And we were impressed very much with your framework organization, because it is really very good developed, at least at these two levels. I mean, first of all, in different sectors. So it is very, but what is important to keep in mind that our situation in Ukraine now is much worse than it was 3 years ago. I mean, first of all, organizational question, scientific exchange and communication between the peoples and organization. So we, as I told, we were impressed by your framework, but it is not an obvious step to adapt, for example, this framework to our current conditions. But at the same time, we have experience to work, as I mentioned, for professional selection, for career guidance. So we know not only what could be useful for young people and for long learning people who try to rescue the opportunities and the features. But we understand what is necessary to get by companies, enterprises, what they achieved, including extreme industries. First of emergencies industries, especially because Ukraine was the main part in the former Soviet Union. So we were involved, most of us were involved in emergent industries, military, space, power industry, etc., etc. That's why, from our point of view, we wished to propose you which part of your framework could be adapted both for Ukraine and deeper in relation to Europe, first of all. Particularly, as we see, it would be possible and real for us to participate in this framework development, as you see in 4 these sub-frames, B1.3, 3.3, 3.4, and C4. All of them are closed mostly and oriented to clients of career guidance. Not so as a general system, because it is difficult to predict what will be in months or 2 months in our country. But at the level of clients or customers, it will be absolutely real. And we can make introduction, we can make contribution to this idea, to this international development. That's why we produce this next slide.
One moment.
I'd like to mention these more particular questions, some explanation, highlighted by yellow, this sub-area that we can make contribution. Green text, what we propose to add to your framework. So you can see that we selected quite particular questions, and we can combine. We don't know this moment, but we, of course, just this moment, we don't know detailed your framework as it is realized in Finland. It is obvious. So we know at the first and second levels. That's why maybe it is not necessary, will be very interesting for you, but we can combine our emergent vision, digital vision, because we are involved in digitalization of all this area, education and practical workforce. The next slide. This, once again, this is more detailed second portion, second sub-framework, B33, client-centered guidance process. Maybe I'm wrong, but my experience to collaborate and to work with European countries have demonstrated that many organizations, many forces, many specialists are oriented, as I called, of course, relatively to process-oriented construction. So validation, because you have stable situation, I mean Europe general. Stable situation, it is easy to predict something, that it is easy to make, to create, to accept validation standards. Our country and our situation is more flexible. That's why we only try to develop such standards in the future. But nevertheless, you can see that we see quite deeply in some questions. Next slide, please. First of all, point of view on evaluation. That means that we understand once again that we know what is necessary for employers. And we can evaluate not evaluate, but we understand quite good what could be good, what could be effective, or with some hesitations in relation to future workforce, especially in digital environment. That's why we, once again, we can propose our efforts, our knowledge, and our experience. The next slide, please. This is final quality assessment and monitoring. Once again, because it is, from my point of view, there is sometimes a deep gap between expectations and real achievements. First of all, from this point of view, I would like to pay attention for the for the last sentence. How it is possible, and really, actually, it is not indeed in many organizations to predict, to assess to what is accuracy of prediction of professional career guidance. In your framework, it is mentioned many times to have feedback, to monitor, to assess, etc., etc. But no way I met such information for what period, for 5 years, 10 years, or the whole life, professional life. So this is a short number or not short number of questions where we would like to participate and where we are ready really to make positive contribution in our mutual interest. Thank you for your time, for your attention, because maybe I told a little bit longer that it was necessary, but it is useful to understand our position.
Thank you very much, Alexander. Thank you. Yana, please, your question maybe for Alexander.
No, thank you. Just to also add to this, I think you have raised very important points, which in many countries are still the main questions. This framework is in Finland. The assessments and the monitoring tools, they are part of the other projects. So currently there is a national frame developed in other projects that will supplement this. So that's why, this is the reason why this tool also focuses on the skills that career professionals need to have. So the assessments tool are currently underdeveloped. And as you said, many countries still don't have them in place. So this is a mutual interest, as you were highlighting. And really, I know I was impressed already what you had in your country in place years before the situation where you are now. And I was following some of the technological tools that were done in your country. They were very forth-running. So hopefully when world comes to a little bit more stabilized situation, we will also again see the development on those tools in your country. Happy to work with you on this. It comes maybe then to more detailed, how do we move forward? I have two suggestions from IAEVG side. IAEVG will update, first of all, their ethical guidelines for professionals. So I will invite you and other members to have a look of those, whether they are updated. As you said, you highlighted a few times about your knowledge that relates to technology. I think you have important knowledge to support IAEVG to updating them. Regarding you had 4 points there, 4 different areas. We will also update the IAEVG competency frame. And this is another invitation for you to bring your expertise in. So those are from IAEVG side. So would gladly to hear your inputs on this. And then regarding this, I work with the European level with the ETF and with the CEDEFOP. CEDEFOP is currently working on a large document that will bring information on quality. So when this comes in, it is maybe something that lays a ground for us to move forward, as you were pointing about the assessments area, since they are international guidelines that will help us also to see and build the information in. In my institute, also, I'd be more than happy to seek opportunities to do research together. You know, my personal area touches the technology. We have currently also an open call for 2025 visitors. So if you have a research who would like to visit my institute for a few months and work together, I will send the information you straight away of this meeting. So if that would be an opportunity to come here and think about what research or how do we move forward with the suggestions that you do and work together a little while, and one opportunity. There is also another opportunity from my institution side to support if we want to look opportunities to seek research funding together. So really open to your suggestions also, and I much appreciate what you were presenting here. You touched very timely and important points. Thank you, Alexandra, if I may call you your first name.
Yeah, thank you very much. It is a very interesting proposal. And it would be very nice to see, because I was only one time in Finland at the Conference of Ergonomics Association in Tampere many years ago.
Yes.
And this year I have gave lectures in all university for management faculty, just for digitalization of management and education. So it would be good to combine this, and it would be very nice to participate, to visit your university and to discuss more particular steps for future, especially because, as I know, over the last 2 years, European Union, proposed a line of series of even huge amount of grants, for example. For us, it is not always possible to apply from Ukraine, but as a part of the European team, it would be quite good, very good to share our knowledge. And once more, your proposal is very interesting and useful, because from my experience, we have different scientific schools, so scientific terminology can differ. We can mean the same term, but different means, and vice versa. When I worked in the Netherlands for a grant on the support of the Scientific Academy of Science, we spent more than 2 months only to adjust our terminology to understand one another very good, absolutely correct. So your proposal would be nice if it will be possible to visit your university even for not a long time. So if you will send such information, it will be good for us. This is the first point, and the second one is grants for collaboration between high universities, higher education between Ukraine and Finland. If such program will be valid the next year, in February 25, it would be maybe good, but it is necessary to make everything correct, because University Grinchenko, people from they collaborate with you. But as previous years, it was impossible to apply once again for them. and they have current grant. But we can apply from another educational institution and university. So it will be, as for me, it will be interesting and useful in our mutual interests for Finland and for us as well. Grants are not very big, but it is possible to collaborate and to continue or to make particular steps.
Yes, I just sent the link which Victor was sharing. This is what is from our university. There is this visiting fellow. Unfortunately, the deadline is by the end of this month. So, but happy to support you on this. So, if you have someone who would like to apply, I'm available to support you on setting up such an text. So it's 1 month to 3 months, and the rationale here could be that really you address it, that you will come to my institute and we will explore and enhance these themes that you were saying, and looking forward to writing an application or something. So this is an opportunity that is currently open. Of course, we can look something else in further later as well.
Yeah. And to prepare more particular good grants for the next possibilities and programs.
Yes.
To involve not only one person or two persons, but generally our association in collaboration with IAEVG.
Yes, yes.
Under this umbrella. Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
So that this is one option currently available.
Excellent.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jana, for your proposition, for your welcome to Finland. It's very interesting. For Alexander, for Yuri, Yuri and I. And we would like formulate our maybe next steps. Please, Jana, maybe from you and Alexander, and we can fix it here. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so first of all, if we look IAEVG's perspective, Victor, just to check, do you get the information from IAEVG? Do you get newsletters and information? Does your association get? I know some have had some problem. Do you get our newsletters? Do you get our emails? Yes. So also, this is an invitation for your association. As you have seen that we established a new journal. If you organize an event, or if you want to share something that you are doing in Ukraine as a news item or short article, please let us know. We'd be happy to share if you want to tell something to the global world about your association or developments that we have. If there is any events or any funding or anything where, for example, short news item or short email or video from me as a president will support your aims, please let me know. I'm always available for you if you need anything that says IAEVG President support this initiative by your association. Just let me know. Happy to write something like that since you are our members. We also have a national correspondents who have meetings 3 or 4 times. If you want to name one from Ukraine, let me know. So member associations from different countries have named one person. They come together and talk something every now and then. It's an opportunity to meet our global membership, also others. So one possibility for you.
Yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Regarding then regular meetings, also how often it would be beneficial for you, for us to meet? Would you like to meet regularly 3 or 4 times with the IAEVG president? If so, maybe we can think the next steps and meet again in January, and then really go for concrete, or you can suggest time. Look concretely. I can tell you what happens in IAEVG, this invitation, as I mentioned, joining updating the ethical guidelines, and if you want to join, updating the competency framework.
Okay, thank you very much. We are glad to participate in such situation because ethics just now is very popular word in any relations, especially if keeping in mind artificial intelligence, providing in any maybe area of our life and activity. So
yes.
It will be good from our point of view as well, especially because Ukraine was the main part, maybe the main part of the former Soviet Union in relation to artificial intelligence. Because just in Kiev, it was a Institute of Cybernetics with several departments of artificial intelligence, even when I was a student. I prepared my master thesis just in this area, but it is many years ago. But just now it is very popular, so it is very good. By the way, as I know once again from your colleagues from the OU University, they launched this year new department, new direction, hybrid intelligence. I proposed this idea 25 years ago with my colleagues from the United States, but it was not in time, that time. But now I was surprised very much. Finland is the first front. So it is very, and in addition, I would like to say that it would be good for your discussion at the final plenary session at the conference that you mentioned and your colleagues mentioned necessity to keep in mind artificial intelligence and digital environmental impact on a human. So it will be good. And it is necessary to do, I would say.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Your proposal, we have to specify who will be more active, first of all, as a national correspondent from our association. Secondly, who will be more qualified in question of ethics. Because the relation that could be related to scientific area, it was not very popular even in 25 years ago in our country. Nobody knows, only few persons understand and knew this term, ethical questions, bioethics, etc., etc. But now it is very popular. We have a national committee of bioethics, So it will be interesting to combine these areas.
Okay, Victor says thank you. I'm adding the link to the IAEVG ethical guidelines. So you will see these are for professionals. How do we practice our practice ethically? And this is what we aim to update. So you can, it's in chat, so you can have a look. It's not research, but for professional practice that will help our member association, which some of them are very new in Global South, also when they design the professional ethical guidelines. So this is where next year's first task in IAEVG will take place. So this is an opportunity for you to contribute. An invitation will come out in January for our members.
Okay, excellent.
Okay,
Very
Victor,
nice.
I see I guess he had to step down. And regarding, I will have a look. The slides were shared. Also, what you were pointing as where you could contribute on the frame, Alexandra. So I will have a closer look at maybe when we can meet on next year, we can make then a little bit more detailed plans how to cooperate. So if we start with this.
Yes, okay. Just we have to survive in the nearest months.
Oh, yes.
Because many things happen. But particularly me, I live just now in Vienna. I left Ukraine 3 years ago, just when the war started, because I was invited by the University of Vienna psychology department.
Okay.
So I stay here, and I'm not so limited by connections, internet connections, in comparison with my colleagues in Kiev. Because now it is difficult. For example, today, half of the whole Ukraine doesn't have electricity and internet. So it is very difficult, and I am glad that Victor and Yuri could connect to join to this meeting, because it is not obvious, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I am free from this point of view. And we have, of course, free communication between Vienna and Finland. So it's good, and maybe we discuss who will be correspondent member, but in any way, I can communicate with you. Will be able to communicate freely, even from our persons as a representatives, formal or informal.
Yes, I'll add my work address also here, so feel free to, here's my work, and here's the president. So both addresses are where you can reach me. So here are the addresses. And yes, our thoughts in Finland are very much with you.
Okay, I will send you a message from me to start our these correspondent addresses.
Wonderful.
As a test message.
Yes, wonderful, and thank you so much
to start our communication for future.
Yes.
Thank you very much. It was very nice to meet you, and thank you for your time you spent for our communication, quite long.
No.
But it is necessary to start. The hardest point is to start.
It is good to start, and thank you, Yuri, for taking time to meet me and get the collaboration going. So really looking forward, and as I said, our hearts are, Finland is very strongly with you in your current situation, and we will do everything that we can support you.
Even more, in the spring, when I tried to collaborate to establish a grant for all university, my colleagues from there warned me that we could not go to Ukraine. It is forbidden in such situation. And he meant that it is difficult to physically and from safety position to visit Ukraine. Just now it is not easy situation, even more hard. So just now we can communicate only via digital space. Or if our people could will be able to come to Finland.
Yes, yeah, I know it is very challenging. But we are here, and I'm really thank you so much for the taking time, and looking forward to support you now and in future, and also bringing the global community to closer to you and your knowledge to the global community. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
So bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye. So okay.